before we begin, I'd like to point out that I did have a Gyarados named Unicron. He did help out a lot in the match. I named him after a fellow YouTuber. He is a friend. We are doing a original versus remake match from Fire Red and the other, before generations and Pokemon Black and White. So that's going to be fun, and he's doing an Oddball Fire Red walkthrough. He needs some views and some subs. Go check him out. So, this is going to be, a split clip, because there's 2 starts to this, if you guys get that. So yeah, splitting now. Welcome, YouTube. Today I bring you a weather battle. Sorry I haven't been posting for the last few days. I've been out of town, and I recorded a few storm videos as well, and before I went, so I thought I'd post those because I kind of didn't have any time yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and start my battle here. He's going to lead off with a Fortress, and I'm going to lead off with this Z-Force because I previewed his team, and it looked like he had a lot of Steel types and stuff that's vulnerable to a sweeping Zapdos. And I hit him, and he uses a red card, switches me out, and then I get Stealth Rocked. Then somebody's going to switch out, and I predict that, go for an Ice Beam. And it doesn't do too much, realistically. And then, so, I'm going to try and take this thing out with Focus Blast. And it does a lot, but it's a Ferrothorn, so it took it like a boss. And then it Leech Seeds me. And I really hate Leech Seed large amounts. It's just because it's like OP, I guess. So I need Protect. He's going to try and drain my life, and I'm going to try and go for a final Focus Blast before I get tired of it. And yeah, I'm not taking any more of this. So he's going to drain me with his Leech Seed, and I'm going to bring out my Skippy to Rapid Spin away these rocks, but I get critted with a Power Whip. Wait, no, it's just a regular Power Whip, I guess. I thought I could take that because, I'm Water Poison. It's balanced, but it's a stab. So, yeah. Then I go for a Protect, expect him to go for a Leech Seed. He goes for a Power Whip. And I'm finally just going to do what I brought this thing in for. Notice the 12 point something health gain there. I use Rapid Spin. No, it's not very effective. It doesn't really matter. And I do get hit by Iron Barbs, and I do get Leech Seeded. And the one time Liquid Ooze would actually help, it doesn't, so I don't have it. That's kind of, annoying. It's just ironic. So I'm going to switch out, go into Toxicroak, because I got fighting moves. And he crits me on a Power Whip. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But I do have the move Drain Punch, and I know I've said that I don't like to use moves like that, but I just wanted to see what it would be like since I've never used that online. I want to see what would happen. I never ever used Toxicroak either, so I do set up because I don't think he could take it again. We are quite a ways in, and we both still have 6 Pokemon, and that Drain Punch was extremely effective. Gyro Ball didn't do too much, realistically. I'm going to get healed by my leftovers and dry skin, but then I'm going to lose that with Leech Seed, so that kind of sucks. Then he's going to switch out into a Fortress to take my Drain Punch. Probably wanted to... I didn't know what he was doing. Probably wanted just to fire off into something, I don't know. And then, so then, you know what he does? He goes into a Nidoking, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to take an Earth Power. So I might as well just go for a Sucker Punch and avoid this crap. I would have switched into Gyarados sooner, which I am about to now, but I didn't want to have him predict a switch and go for a Thunderbolt. So I'm going to go for an Earthquake, because I know he has a whole bunch of Steel types on his team. Just in case he switched out. And then so, that takes out his Nidoking, and then he goes into a Scizor. I'm like, dude, I have Moxie and a Choice Scarf. If you didn't notice that, you have a Scizor. It's a Steel type. So he goes for ineffective U-turn. It's what's it called? It's balanced because of stab resistance, and then he goes in for a sandstorm, and I'm kind of glad that I do still have Polytoad, but he sends his Tyranitar back, thinking he can wall me with his Ferrothorn, but guess what? He can't. 'Cause that did just enough damage that even with the leftovers bonus, this next Earthquake takes it out. And I was pretty happy, because I took out a Ferrothorn, and those things are really annoying in the rain, which I actually provided. But I didn't have any fire type, because, you know, it's a rain team, and that would be a very large faux pas. So I go for an Earthquake at 2 times attack, and it kills his Scizor. So I'm feeling pretty confident. He's down to 2 Pokemon. He brings in a Mamoswine. I'm expecting to either use Ice Shard or Icicle Crash. So I figured my Earthquake would either take it out or get it pretty far. And he goes for an Icicle Crash, and I was kind of disappointed that it only brought it down to 20%, but, you know, that's just how the game goes. So it is very low on health, so I'm just gonna, you know, be awesome and try and revenge kill it. And I wasn't really expecting this Hydro Pump to hit, and I wasn't really expecting him to go faster either. His Earthquake did a large amount of damage, but my Hydro Pump does kill it because it's 2 times stab and it's super effective. How does that not kill something? You know, unless it's a wall or whatever multi-skill. So then I'm going to Hydro Pump, but it didn't do as much as I hoped. But he has a Sandstorm up, so he's specially defensive now. So he goes for a Substitute, and he's using his last Pokemon with a sub, and he only has under 1/4 HP left, so I'm slightly confused. And I go for a Hydro Pump, but it misses, of course. And then someone with Earthquake takes me out, and that I realistically should have switched out into something else just to bring back the water. So then it goes into Z-Force, and being kind of stupid here, I go for a Hidden Power. I was expecting it to do a lot, but it's not stabbed, and he does have a raised special defense. And I always do this, I don't know why. Ice isn't effective against rock types, I don't remember why. I keep doing that, maybe it's because there's so many rock and ground. So then, after his setup, I do what I should have done in the first place and go for a Thunderbolt. It takes out his sub, but I do take damage from Life Orb. And he goes for another Dragon Dance, and unfortunately, that's going to make him faster than my Z-Force. And yeah, he's pretty much just going to take me out with a Crunch attack. Because flying electric types don't, either of them usually don't have very high defenses. And then so I go into D-Force, and he's going to go for a Dragon Dance because I don't know why. Maybe he's trying to OKO me because I'm obviously faster. But that Surf attack does do a lot. And, sorry about the quietness there, but thanks to my multi-scale, the Crunch did only half the damage it would have done, and I get an exact KO. So, that did pretty significant amount of damage considering it had a Sandstorm up, and that was a very great battle. If you didn't know, my last Pokemon was a Tentacruel, and I would have got taken out by an Earthquake attack, so I was relying on D-Knights, and it's a good thing I had multi-scale, because when isn't it a good thing you have multi-scale? Great battle. I got +1 sub, 6 more video views. Trying to go for a 25. If I do, I will do a sub special. If you guys want to, you know, ask for stuff, whatever, that's fine. I did notice that the 17 challenge video is my most popular video by far now. And if you guys are thinking about doing one, would you please message me, because I would like to see how they go. Again, 17 challenge. If you're thinking about doing one, please message me. Thank you in advance.